Diddy's son came home sharing a video with his twin sisters on his Insta story.
Thank you, soda.
And he captioned it as, "My at-home doctors."
I got a sore on my mouth.
Hold it down. Wait. You have to like...
The shocking reading of Diddy's will left his children in disbelief. The room fell silent as the lawyer began to open Diddy's final will. Christian, Quincy, Justin, Chance, and the twins Jesse and Delilah sat anxiously, expecting to hear how their father's billion-dollar empire would be divided. But as the lawyer read on, the mood shifted from solemn anticipation to absolute shock as unexpected revelations and decisions regarding the inheritance unfolded before them.
Oh, Frosty!
Fucking Friday edition. But this is the way we drink our daily on tequila. Frosty, we get ice cold. We go and put it in, stack that in there. Ice cold. This is Frosty right here. This thing's ice cold right there. Orange slices, that's how we do our shots. Yeah. Woo! And we're not telling y'all to drink, we just celebrating life. You know what I'm saying?
It's fucking Friday.
And it's fucking Friday. You know what I'm saying? Drink responsibly. Cheers. Cheers. With an orange though. You know what I'm saying? Fuck a lemon, fuck a lime. Daddy on tequila. We do ours with orange.
Essentially.
Yes. Who my black man?
My black man.
My black. Yo, daddy.
I love you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Love you.
Love you.
Oh.
Diddy's sons visibly trembled, his hands shaking as he processed the shocking details of the will. This wasn't just about money. It was about hidden secrets, betrayals, and revelations no one had anticipated. What could be so surprising? Did Diddy cut someone out of his will? Was his fortune left to an unknown heir? Or did he confess something dark before his passing? For years, Diddy was seen as a powerful, untouchable figure in the music industry, but now, stripped of his influence, his final wishes were laid bare for his children to face. Some expected to inherit millions, even billions, while others questioned whether their father had truly prepared them for this moment.
Will come. We will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that. But the names that we're going to name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock.
As the will reading continued, the tension in the room thickened. Some children appeared relieved, while others exchanged uneasy glances. Was there favoritism? Had someone been left out? Most importantly, would this will bring the family closer or tear them apart? This moment wasn't just about wealth. It was about legacy. Diddy built an empire, but what he left behind for his children would determine if that empire would stand strong or crumble under conflict. Judging by the reactions in the room, it was clear the battle over his estate was just beginning. Before diving into the brewing family feud, let's take a closer look at how Diddy's fortune was divided. Diddy's estimated net worth once topped $1 billion, thanks to ventures like Bad Boy Records, Ciroc Vodka, and numerous other investments. He had built an empire spanning decades, and naturally, his children expected to inherit substantial sums of money and assets. But as the lawyer began listing the beneficiaries, confusion and shock set in. What they received was far from what they had imagined.
Bring in trial attorney Mercedes Colwin for more. Mercedes, it's always good to see you. The U.S. Attorney in Manhattan said late last night he expects to move to unseal this indictment this morning. What do you expect to be within this indictment?
Great to be on with you as always, Mark, and welcome back.
Thank you.
This is really going to be a big issue for a lot of us that have been watching this very carefully since those raids, as you've mentioned earlier. It is going to be likely the sex trafficking issues. There might be issues regarding money laundering. And really, because when you're talking about sex trafficking, it's more of a criminal enterprise. It's much broader than the sex assaults. Those sex assaults are prosecuted at a local level. When the federal prosecutors are involved, it becomes much broader. And you can certainly bet that there have been a lot of cooperating witnesses along the way. And one thing to look at are the civil lawsuits that provide a lot of those types of allegations. When you go comb through those civil lawsuits, and there are a multitude of them, there are sex assault charges. There's obviously there have been recordings that's been reported, recordings that were seized during those raids. And in those recordings, there were also witnesses that were identified in those recordings.
The will revealed that not all of Diddy's children were treated equally. While Christian and Justin appeared to receive significant portions, Quincy's name was notably absent from certain sections. Meanwhile, Jesse and Delilah, Diddy's twin daughters with Kim Porter, had trusts set up for them, though questions remained about who would oversee the funds. Then came the biggest shock: a large portion of Diddy's wealth was missing. Reports indicated much of this fortune had been transferred to offshore accounts, hidden in business ventures, or depleted due to legal troubles. This revelation immediately caused tension among his children, leaving them questioning how they would maintain their lavish lifestyles.
Diddy is facing a massively expensive legal battle, and all the brands have dropped him. So what's Diddy going to do to pay for it all? Well, brand experts have noticed the next phase of Diddy's plan. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signor, and Diddy continues. And we have some updates for you, as well as a look into the future of what's going to come with Sean Diddy Combs. And PR experts are chiming in. We got the PR expert from Fox Digital, as well as Molly McPherson, with some amazing insight on how Diddy has been playing this and what we can expect moving forward, along with the problems he's really facing right now, which is a cash crisis. He's got a billionaire lifestyle, it's true. He's got soaring legal fees that are only going to go even higher as they prepare for these potential federal cases he's going to be up against. And he's got no income coming in. All the brands have taken a stand. Right or wrong, he's not been charged, but the brands still don't want to be anywhere near this guy right now. So how's he going to make money to pay for all this? Well, you can only assume he's got a lot still in the bank, one would hope and assume, given the level of income that he's had. But right now, what he's currently trying to do is distract us all. He's working hard to protect his brand from being fully eviscerated during this probe. Now, this comes in from Eric Schiffer, Fox News Digital. Here's what he had to say. He's a PR expert, a brand expert. He's working hard to ensure his brand trust isn't fully eviscerated. The promoter in him, he's a master marketer, understands the power of evidence that can work to convince audiences.
Some sources suggest Diddy may have left behind secret funds for certain individuals, possibly women from his past or even unknown heirs. If that's true, his children might have to fight for their rightful share. Christian, the son who most closely followed in Diddy's footsteps, likely expected to take over the family business. However, with much of the money in question and legal investigations looming, his future as the head of the Combs empire has become uncertain. Speaking of leadership, the question arises, who did Diddy want to take control of his empire? And are his children ready to step up, or will they battle it out for power? With tensions rising, it's unclear how this will unfold, but one thing is certain, the fight for the Combs legacy has only just begun. The fight for control of the Combs empire has begun. Diddy wasn't just a music mogul. He was a businessman, investor, and the face of a billion-dollar empire. With his passing, the question remains, who will take over? Typically, the oldest son would inherit the family business, but Diddy's situation is more complicated. Quincy, though raised by Diddy, is not his biological son. Will he be pushed aside in favor of Christian, who has been making a name for himself in music? Or would Justin, the more private son, step into the role? With the empire at stake, tensions are high, and the future of the Combs legacy is uncertain.
Spirits, Justin, King Combs.
They try to go the other way?
King, how you doing this morning? How's it going, Justin? Quincy, how you feeling this morning? How the twins?
Even more concerning is the fact that Diddy's empire is now under intense legal scrutiny. With federal investigations ongoing, his businesses may not survive long enough for his children to inherit them. If assets are seized, there may be nothing left to fight for, and the uncertainty is fueling tension between Diddy's children. Some insiders claim that Christian and Justin are working together to keep the family's wealth intact, while others suggest Quincy may feel excluded from the process. Meanwhile, the younger children, Chance, Jesse, and Delilah, will need strong financial guidance to ensure they don't get left behind. But here's the real question: is there even an empire left to inherit? With frozen assets, lawsuits, and missing funds, the Combs children may not be fighting for control of a legacy. They may be fighting for survival. And the battle might not just be among Diddy's children. Legal troubles could mean they don't get anything at all. As if the internal family drama wasn't enough, Diddy's will might become irrelevant if the government gets involved. Currently facing multiple legal investigations, with allegations ranging from financial crimes to much darker accusations, if authorities seize his assets, his children could be left with nothing.
We are learning in just the last few minutes that a federal judge is now refusing to grant Sean Diddy Combs bail. Instead, he's going straight to jail tonight after Diddy pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. I want to show you some of these brand new court sketches coming into us, like literally in the last 90 seconds. This is Combs in court after prosecutors arrested him at a hotel in Manhattan. It's where he's apparently been living for weeks, according to what a person familiar with the move tells NBC News. All of it a tipping point now in that sprawling federal investigation into the superstar's alleged years of sex crimes dating back to 2009. As we're just getting in some new and deeply disturbing details about the allegations against him. What looks like a massive criminal operation, allegedly. At least 50 victims and witnesses so far. And at the center of it, these hours and days-long sex acts known as, in their words, freak-offs that Combs supposedly orchestrated to abuse his victims.
Sean Diddy Combs is locked up in a federal jail that has been plagued by harsh conditions and violence. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn has seen multiple deaths in recent years. An inmate was stabbed to death in July, and several others have died by suicide. It's these reasons, among others, that Combs' lawyers are fighting to get him out of there. They want him released on bail, rather than being kept in jail while he awaits trial on sex trafficking charges. Combs is just the latest high-profile defendant to be locked up at MDC Brooklyn. Before him, there were R. Kelly, Elaine Maxwell, and crypto scammer Sam Bankman-Fried. Maxwell complained about her treatment at the facility, which included round-the-clock checks in the wake of her associate Jeffrey Epstein's jail suicide. A few years ago, a week-long power outage in the dead of winter left detainees in drab, cold conditions. Judges have also raised alarms. They've pressed the Bureau of Prisons for status updates and implored the agency to fix things. One judge even refused to send some defendants to the jail. For now, Combs is one of about 1,200 people locked up at MDC Brooklyn. He's the highest-profile detainee at a place that's been described as hell on earth.
In high-profile cases like this, the government has the power to freeze bank accounts, take over businesses, and even prevent assets from being distributed according to a will. This means that even if Diddy left behind money for his children, they might not actually receive it. Some legal experts believe that lawsuits from Diddy's alleged victims could further drain his estate if settlements need to be paid out. The Combs children may have to fight in court just to secure any inheritance. With so many moving parts, Diddy's children are likely scrambling behind the scenes to figure out their next steps. Will they stand together and fight for what's left, or will legal troubles and internal conflicts tear them apart? Speaking of family divisions, let's talk about Quincy, Diddy's son who may be most affected by all of this. Quincy's dilemma is unique. He's a son, but not by blood. As the lawyer continued reading Diddy's will, one name seemed noticeably absent from key financial sections: Quincy Brown. Unlike Diddy's biological children, Quincy wasn't his by blood, but had been raised as his son after Diddy entered a long-term relationship with his mother, Kim Porter.
Daddy-daughter date. Big brother, little sister date.
going to my favorite place.
Diddy's son Quincy Brown shared a sweet video with his twin sisters Jessie and Delilah on his social media page. The twins also appeared on Quincy's new docuseries Family Legacy and his new single Face Off.
Wait, should we go up close and personal? Really see. You know what I mean? This ain't no video shot. This ain't no photo shot.
No, natural beauty.
For years, Quincy was seen as part of the Combs family, but the legal details surrounding his status were always unclear. Did Diddy officially adopt him? And if not, was Quincy ever truly entitled to the same inheritance as Christian, Justin, Chance, and the twins? Reports suggest that Quincy might not have received the same financial benefits as his siblings. While Kim Porter made sure Quincy was included in the family life, it's unclear if Diddy formally included him in his wealth distribution plans. If not, Quincy could now find himself in a difficult position, especially since his biological father, Al B. Shore, does not have the same financial resources to support him.
Right. Since he was 4 years old, he would yell and scream to come on stage with me. If I didn't, like when I was doing my encores, he would yell and scream to come on stage, like really cause a fit. And so as the years went on, wanting to pursue his rap career, his last single was a #1 record. And this is like our third time performing, but like our biggest time where he really held it down, and I'm proud of him. And but it started when he was 4 years old, so to be up there rocking with him is so surreal. And my daughters tonight was just so surreal.
And they were keeping their lips tight about that, because I asked him on the carpet, I said, what your dad got up his sleeve? Because he told me it was going to be great. He's been working on this show. Everyone backstage has said, you have been the consummate professional. You have been you have been working your tail off.
Yes.
And you told me, you said, no fashion week for me. I've got to be in the zone working on my global icon set. How important and how special was this moment to have your family?
No, you keep talking.
That's okay. I get you. I'm feeding you out.
Thank you. Hold on. Let me get these. I'm a fan of this boat. Hey, Christian, you get in there.
The question now is whether Quincy will fight for a share of Diddy's estate. He was deeply connected to the family and raised alongside his half-siblings, but legally he may not be considered an equal heir. Will he challenge the will in court? Will his siblings support him, or will this divide the family even further? The emotional impact of this revelation is just as significant as the financial one. Quincy may now feel like an outsider in the family he grew up with. While he has his own career in music and acting, losing out on Diddy's empire could significantly affect his long-term future. But while Quincy's future remains uncertain, another major concern is what happens to Diddy's youngest children, his twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah. At just 17 years old, Jessie and Delilah Combs now face an uncertain future. They lost their mother, Kim Porter, in 2018, and with Diddy now gone, the question remains, who will protect and care for them as they navigate this new chapter of their lives?
What's up, girls? It's your Sweet 16. Now, if anyone knows how to throw a party, it's Diddy.
I want to get it right.
And he showed out for his twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah's Sweet 16 birthday bash. Even gifting them both with Range Rovers.
It's a sense of pride that, I was able to go and I was able to make that dream come true.
The twins' futuristic themed birthday celebration went down on Sunday.
Thank you for coming. We're so excited. And just have fun. We're going to have fun.
The teenagers whom Diddy shares with his late ex, model Kim Porter, wore matching ensembles. The first look, a metallic jumpsuit with futuristic shades. And rapper Coi Leray, who performed at the party, took a moment to show off their second look, a two-piece bodysuit.
Okay, first of all, the twin Sweet 16, we are going crazy. They're switching into outfit number 2, and I'm backstage, and I get to see a sneak peek! Oh my God, you guys are not ready! Sheesh! Oh my God, sneak peek, they're gonna go crazy. What? Happy birthday. What?
Thank you.
The lavish party included people tearing up the dance floor. And another performance from the twins' brothers, King and Quincy.
Diddy's will may have established trusts for his twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah. But the real concern lies in who will manage those funds. At their age, they are too young to handle such financial matters on their own. The person in charge of their inheritance will hold significant power over their future, so the question arises, who will step in? Possible guardians could include Quincy, their older half-brother who was raised with them, or Christian Combs, their older biological brother. But is he ready to take on such responsibility? Another possibility is Kim Porter's family, who might fight for guardianship or a legal guardian appointed by the court. The family could be overruled if legal trouble arises. Beyond the financial concerns, the emotional well-being of the twins is at stake. They've already endured the tragic loss of their mother, and now, with Diddy gone, they face yet another upheaval. Will they remain in the Combs family home, or will they be forced to relocate, away from the life they've always known?